Hello everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's MTPredictor video, I'd like to take a look at why it's important to try and let your trades run. In other words, allow your trades to increase in profit as the market moves in your anticipated direction. Before we start, we must remind you that all examples in these videos should be considered as hypothetical. No trades are actually taken, they're just shown for illustration and trading purposes only. Remind you that risk of loss in trading and investing. We'll be taking a look at some losing trades. It's always important to know and understand that losses can and always will happen in trading. It's always part of trading. You can't avoid losses. It's about keeping them small. As such, all trade decisions are your own sole responsibility. Right, this is our add-ons for NinjaTrader 8, our MTPredictor add-ons. So if I want to go back to yesterday, you can see we had some automatic setups on our chart here, and I want to take a look at some of these. But as I said in the risk disclosure right at the start, it's important to understand that our trading losses, because if we look at this DP sell here at the top of the day, we do place our analysis on, excuse me, you can see that our first target, there would have been a nice 2.2R profit. Remember, we use position sizing. What is position sizing? Position sizing is where we vary the number of lots or contracts or shares to keep our initial risk small under control. In this example, less than 2% of a sample $20,000 account. So here that would have been on the 5-minute ES on this particular MTPredictor sell setup would have been going short 5 contracts. As you can see at the first target, it would have been a nice profit of 2.2 or 2.2 or just over twice the initial risk. But the important thing here is what I wanted to talk about in this video is if we can try and let our trades run. So here if we're using our ATR stop, which is our red and blue dots, rather than coming out at the first target here, you'd have trailed the stop all the way down to here and you'd have come out at this particular level here. So that would have increased your profit to, rather than just over twice the initial risk, in other words 2R, you would increase the profit to approximately 11R. Now that's a really, really good profit. But as I said at the start, it's important to understand that losses can and will occur. Here's a sell setup here that didn't unfold as anticipated. You can see we have a history triangle on our chart to show you that at the time this would have been a valid MTPredictor sell setup. Our MTP trend is down, indicating the larger trend is down, therefore you should be looking for sell setups. If we right mouse click and place the analysis on the chart, you see that would have got you into a short trade. This particular time going short 2 contracts, but in this example it would have been stopped out. As I said, losses can and will occur. It's important to understand that you can't avoid losses when trading. The important thing is keeping them small. That's why the position sizing does this. So this would have been a -1R loss, in other words a 1 risk unit loss. There was another trade set up here. So you actually had you'd have just been clipped in, but you'd have actually had another losing trade. There was a buy setup here that didn't really go where we wanted. It was going up, it didn't really get to our first target, and here you would have been stopped out. You can see there's your ATR stop there. So you'd have been stopped out for about break even. You wouldn't have been considering this PB buy. Why? Because it's against our red MT trend. Then a bit later in the day you had a nice TS1 sell setup here. This would have been again with the MTP trend colour of down, and as such it would have been a good trade setup to take. Let's place the analysis on. This time it would have been going short 3 contracts. Our initial profit target was down here, but as we've been looking at in this video, the idea in this video is trying to look at what happens if you try to let your trades run. We've already seen earlier in the day off this DP sell, that profit would have been almost 11 times the initial risk. Let's see what happened to this particular trade. Well, as you can see, the market started to fall and kept on falling really, really sharply for the rest of the day. In fact, it went right down into, there's the close there at, well, this is UK time, so it's 9:15 UK time, which would have been 4:15 New York time. So rather than looking to come out of the first target there, let's trail with our ATR stop. Can you see that? The red dots would have kept you in short all the way down. If we grab our risk reward target here, you can see the stop would have trailed, would have still kept you in right into where you would have probably come out on close at the end of the day there. But just look what the profit has done here. Because it kept you in throughout the entire decline down here, this would have made, well, this is one of the largest profits I think I've seen for a very, very, very long time. 95 times the initial risk. So in other words, it would have changed an initial risk of $338, which is less than 2% of a sample $20,000 account, into $32,000. That was an absolutely incredible trade. If you'd missed getting into here, there was a PB pullback setup. You can see here's our PB pullback setup, again in the direction of the red trend, and that again would have got you in short if you'd been looking to trail the stop with the ATR down here again, exactly the same down here for, well, in this particular example, about 58 times the initial risk, or 58R. So yet another absolutely amazing trade. So this is why I wanted to do the video today, is to remind you that losses can and will do unfold, as we have here. There will be losing trade setups. It doesn't matter what trading approach you will take, there always will be losing trade setups. But the important thing is to use a position sizing, which varies the number of lots, contracts or shares, to keep your initial risk small under control. So when you're wrong, and you always will be wrong no matter what trading approach you take, not just MTPredictor but anything, when you're wrong you keep the loss small, so in this example less than 1 risk unit. But when the trade goes well, you look to try and run your profit. In other words, let it go with the market as it goes with you. So as you can see off this DP off the sell here, using our ATR stop would have been a profit of 11 times the initial risk. And as we've seen already, this TS1 sell down with the ATR stop, well, at an absolutely phenomenal, 95, is that 94, 95R times the initial risk, absolutely massive. So this is what helps your trading immensely, is being able to have, first of all, keeping your losses small. That's the first criteria you need to do. But also, when a trade comes in your favour, don't look to try and come out too quickly, but look to run that trade to maximise that profit on that good trade. Because if you have profits that are large in relation to your initial risk, it means you can cope with your losing trades. So this is why I wanted to do this video today, to show why it's important to look to run your profitable trades when they come in your direction. As you see, yesterday on the 5-minute ES was an absolute brilliant example where this TS1 sell had you short before the market started to drop like a stone, and would have kept you in right into close for an absolutely phenomenally good profit at the end there. So a very, very good day for MTPredictor on the 5-minute ES yesterday. All days aren't like this. You will have losing days, you'll have losses, you'll have hard times, you'll have frustrating times, but that's why it's important when the good days come on or come round is to make the most of them, and that's why letting your trades run is so important.